heckled by TV's Richard
But I thought it was my daughter. It was an ironic heckle to the wrong person.
I thought that someone had let Frank Lampard in.
Yeah. It's an amazing show, that Dancing Lights, because I've not really watched it before. I've seen it, but I've, oh, by the way, Philip Schofield, what a gig. That Dancing the Nice gig.
Yeah.
What a doddle. Yeah. You do that, your eyes closed. Do you ever watch This Morning?
Yeah.
Do you ever watch and go, I'd have done that better?
No, you can't do that.
I wouldn't have done it like that.
No,
I would have got the giggles.
You're not going to drag me into that whirlpool.
Come on.
How much
did you hate Philip Schofield?
I think
he's a poor you, isn't he?
He's not a poor me. He's his own man. He's a good bloke and he's a bloody good presenter.
Wink at me if you don't like him. Oh, he just winked.
He's got something in his eye. He's got something in his eye.
Did you see that, Craig?
Yeah, I saw that.
You'd have to be one heck of a cocky kind of guy to make a comparison between, your replacement or the person who, took over from you and come up with, I'm better. I mean, you'd have to...
Can I just say one thing that definitely was better about the old This Morning, you did it, was the floating weather map.
In Liverpool?
Yeah.
I mean, that is missing from the
I agree.
one.
Well, we tried to get Fred the Weather to come down and do it, but he had strong sort of northern allegiances, and he thought that coming to London was a kind of betrayal, which it wasn't. It was just an evolution.
What a fool.
And he should have done it.
Well,
he should have done it.
I mean,
he should have done it.
Left him up there with his little floating map,
but
and
it was
then just
expensive,
gone...
and we did that. And it didn't work, and we said, come on, we'll build it on the Thames. It'll be tidal.
Amazing.
Sometimes it'll be out in the middle of the Thames.
You could have had tidal Talbot.
Oh, it would have been risky.
Tidal Talbot.
That would have been
that
brilliant.
Might have swung it if we thought of that.
Are you still in touch with him? Well, that's show business for you. But what, really? You should have moved down to London, sweetheart.
But the Thames is busy. That would have been an extra bit of jeopardy for it, because it could be mowed down by a boat or anything.
Large.
Yeah.
Probably a boat.
And that was what would make it for you? I want to see the weather, but I also want to see the weather with a bit of danger.
Yeah, of course.
So I'll tell you one thing that happened to him, that didn't happen to him, but very nearly did. He was in the forecast one day, and a Royal Naval submarine was docked out in the harbour, and they sent frogmen to pull him in. They did, honestly, and we knew nothing about it, and it was meticulously timed, and they'd got the transmission time of his weather forecast that day was like 2 minutes past 12 to 4 minutes past 12, and so these frogmen, and later we could see on the camera, we could see all the bubbles from the frogmen that came up, and just as he actually was a bit ahead of himself, and he signed off, we came back to the studio, and out came the frogman and pulled him off and into the water. But it wasn't on camera.
Brilliant.
It wasn't on camera.
Nightmare.
The special boat service got Fred.
Well, Richard, thanks for popping in to see the three of us. We're going to play another record. If you have a question for Richard Madeley, why not text it in? We might not necessarily read it out, but you can text it anyway.
I'll answer anything.
Really?
Well, no, I'll be asked anything. I might decline to answer.
Okay, fine. That would have been a very interesting interview, isn't it? Have you ever... anything? Pick anything out. Mad.
Question here from Fred Talbot.
Yeah. Saying, do you miss me?
Yeah. Yes.
There you are. Right, 81199 if you want to send a message into Richard Madeley. We'll be back after Eric Prince and Pajanu. That's what it says. Pajanu, Greg. Pajanu. And Pajanu on Radio 1's longest ever show with myself, Chris Moyles, and Comedy Dave.
Hello.
And Greg James.
Hello.
And Richard Madeley.
Yay. Welcome back.
Richard Madeley.
And we're back.
Greg, you had to interview, because this is your show. You've got to do some work.
Yeah, have you not got any questions or anything?
Yeah, I've got loads of questions.
Come on, then.
Give him some
How
questions.
come
You're so great?
Very young.
Yeah.
How old are you, Greg?
I'm 25.
Well,
why don't you interview me?
What are we, chopped liver?
Interview me.
Older.
Oh, you want Richard to interview you?
No. But I was a huge fan of your This Morning.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You must have been a little weenie kiddie.
I was when it was half term and stuff.
2001 we finished that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember it.
No, not
Don't
me.
you?
No, I think
Just
it was...
from VTs
Yeah.
and YouTube, that kind of thing.
I loved it.
I used to sneak out. We used to sneak out from school to the fish and chip shop when I was at school, and we used to have to get out of the playground, go across the road, through the cemetery of the local church and down the hill, and then left into the fish and chip shop. This was in Leeds, and you had to get in before the welcome back and the weather. If you did that, you knew you'd get hot chips and there'd be no queue.
Yeah.
Right?
That's funny.
If you came back, if you ran to the fish and chip shop and the weather was already on, you knew there was a queue, and then you'd have to wait, and it'd be nightmare.
These memories, these tiny little curly memories that are locked in forever.
Yeah.
God.
Do you not miss it being on telly every day?
I wondered, we both did actually, if it would be, it becomes sort of part of the DNA, if we sort of evolved into sort of television creatures.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. In fact, I'd say the last 18 months since we stopped, I mean, we finished with a little experiment, you know, on a satellite channel, a digital channel that didn't work at all.
Yeah, I'll be doing that again.
Called Watch, that nobody did.
It was called Cashing In, I bet, though, wasn't it? Right.
And we stopped, and we sort of shook hands, Judy and I, and said, we literally shook hands and said, we will never commit to that kind of schedule again, because it's mad, you know.
Right.
I mean, you couldn't do this forever. You couldn't do the breakfast show forever. It would drive you insane. You know?
Well, if they paid me enough, I'd do it.
No, you wouldn't, you know.
No.
You wouldn't. And in the end, if they paid you enough, you wouldn't have to do it. So
That's a good point. I'll go for that option.
So we kind of call it a day after 21 years of This Morning and the Channel 4 show. And honestly, I mean, Judy's written her novel. She submitted it to the publishers yesterday. She could never have done that. It's been a lifelong ambition. I'm filling in for Chris Evans, as you know, on Radio 2. In the
Who's that,
breakfast.
sorry?
You know, ginger guy, yeah. And I've just come back from America doing a documentary for the BBC, and I'm doing more documentaries, and I've done a couple of pilots for Channel 4, and it's just great, you know, I can cherry pick.
Yeah.
But that daily grind, you know, where you have to be in that place for that period of time.
And you can't do anything else.
Sucks your life away, you can't do anything else.
Well, you know, it's lovely for you to be here. You know, and it's a testament to the show that it keeps on going. But this morning is still phenomenally
I know,
huge.
Oh,
I mean, Richard was just saying when we were playing that last record, he went, well, of course, it's not a patch on what we did. The fares are down, the revenue. He said that Schofield is a clown, is what Richard said off the air. He'd never admit this on the air. And he said he's not
I'm not even the trouble to deny this guy.
Richard said that Schofield's not fit to live with pigs, and I stuck up.
He said, yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
You know, and that kind of thing. And, you know, although he did say he likes Holly Willoughby.
Yeah.
You know, he did say
It was all off the record, Chris.
I'm sorry, I didn't realise it. Well, look, we're going to have some questions for Richard. If you have a question for Richard, text it in, 81199, and we're going to print some off. We're going to read them after the news. So we're going to do the news now, then we're going to do another push for some money, because it's all about comic relief. Hopefully Greg will say something in the next half hour of the show.
Well, I've got a fact, actually, for Richard, which, I don't know, you might know about this. You know the Richard and Judy theme tune? The Channel 4 one.
Channel 4 one, yeah.
Do you know this?
No, that wasn't it.
Do you know who wrote that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I can't...
But people don't know this, and it's an amazing
It's
fact.
a cool fact, isn't it? Go on.
Judge Jules.
That's right.
Judge Jules wrote the Richard.
What, talk about money for old rope. That's an easier gig than dancing on ice.
Yeah.
Diddle-diddle-doo. Diddle-diddle-doo.
It's funny, I can remember the This Morning theme instantly, but I have to be prompted for the Richard and Judy theme.
It goes diddle-diddle-doo. Diddle-diddle-doo. Something like that. Diddle-diddle-doo. Diddle-diddle-doo.
Diddle-diddle-doo.
If you just switched on
At the end.
Yeah, had a good finish, didn't it?
there you are. Diddle-diddle-doo.
Oh, I can't with earphones. You played it?
Oh, so we played it. We're playing it. Diddle-diddle-doo.
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
This has got to be worth £1 for comic relief, hasn't it?
Wait for the end note.
Yeah, the bottom bass.
Great. I mean, that is Judge Jules at his best, isn't it?
And if you used to watch it at the right time, if you ever saw them coming out of an ad break, right, if they weren't ready, it'd be like this. Ready? Hello, Katie work experience. Ask for coffee. Oh, sorry. Welcome back. We're here with...
Very Harry Hill.
Right. Let's do the news, and we're going to ask for some more of your money for comic relief, and then we'll get back with more music and Mr. Madeley.
Digital.
FM.
Online.
This is BBC Radio 1.
Is it news too, Laura? Okay, good. Here's Tulip with the news. It's 2:30.
Police say victims of stalking are risking their lives.
This is BBC Radio 1's longest show ever. With Chris Moyles and Comedy Dave and Greg James for Comic Relief. Hour 9.
Hour 9.
Wow. Hey, it's going to be good when we get into double figures, isn't it? Hour 10.
Yeah, because I'll be near the end. Yeah. We are doing this for comic relief. We're trying to raise as much money as we can. Richard Madeley is here, and he's being amazing and telling great stories. That has to be worth £1 of your money.
Well, my money.
No, of anyone's money.
yeah,
People listening.
Have you given £1 yet, Richard?
No, I haven't.
You got your mobile with
Got
you?
your phone on you?
You know, it's next door.
Yeah, of course it is.
I'll do more.
There's someone who's just texted in saying, I think this is the moment where Chris and Davis have gone slightly mad. They've just spotted a crack, the first crack.
What is it? What?
That just that bit before the news.
Chris was a bit wobbly going to the
You were
news.
a bit
wasn't he?
wobbly, and
Yeah.
someone just spotted it and said, I think this is the first sign that you're
Really?
going a little bit odd.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I am too, because I didn't even notice anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, Laura, is this too yeah.
I did actually say that.
There you go.
Yeah,
Well, we don't want to know the news.
that's right.
Hang on, let me have more of this gin.
Yeah, we've been decanting it into these water bottles.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
They can't. No one can tell.
I tell you what, I mentioned the telephone. That was 27 hours. Now, you're going to go into uncharted territory on this,
Yes,
but
sir.
your first drink when you come off air is unbelievable.
Is it like having
It's
5
like
pints in
injecting
one?
it into your eyeball.
Oh!
It's unbelievable.
Roll on that time, Greg!
Have you done that before?
What, injected alcohol into my eyeballs?
Yeah.
Oh, only on Sundays.
Wow.
Yeah. I tell you what,
During
though,
the ads.
afterwards, we with the whole crew and everybody, and me and Judy, we went to the Granada television bar, and it was about, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And nobody had had a drink, like 27 hours. I got the first drink, had a swallow, boom, boom, and the managing director of Granada Television walked up to me. Of course, he'd had all his kit. Didn't say well done or how do you feel. He said, next year, how would you do it differently?
Sounds like it's running this place. Are you joking?
I was going to ask you, Chris and Dave, just quickly. If you get to 50
Yes, Craig.
hours, would you be tempted just to go, let's see how far we can keep going?
Do you know, I think it's a good question, but I think that medically it would be foolhardy.
Yeah.
If they gave me a percentage of the money raised for Comic Relief, I'd keep going. It's only fair.
Yeah, you're not allowed to take a cut.
No, can you believe that, Richard? We looked into it and they said no.
They won't give you
not even a percentage.
No.
No.
Shocking.
Unbelievable.
So
isn't it?
0% is a percentage.
I know.
I mean, theoretically, if say, you got £1 million...
Right, Greg, stop talking.
Yeah.
Come on,
Okay.
by Friday.
Listen, who's sounding daft now?
Greg, if we
it'd be
make
great.
£100,000 before the end of your show, will you take all your clothes off and just cover yourself with a cup?
Yeah.
There you go. Right, here's why we do it. Send a text saying the word Chris to 70011. That's you helping us and Comic Relief. So, if you text the word Chris to 70011, you'll be given Comic Relief for £1 of your money. That will go to help the lives of poor and vulnerable people all over Africa and the UK. It costs £1 plus your standard network message charge, and the whole £1 goes to Comic Relief. You've got to be 16 or over, ask the bill pays permission. Full terms and conditions, and to donate online, go to bbc.co.uk/Radio 1. So if you text the word Chris to 70011, if we raise £14,000 before the next update at 3:30, Greg said he will go naked and just cover himself up.
No.
Well, no, you could cover himself.
You did say yes.
No, but...
He said yes.
Hang on,
I should
here we
just
go.
What you did, yeah,
You can cover yourself.
Just cover yourself with a cup.
No,
I
look,
think with
look.
the exact words.
This is a
Hang on,
bad
Dave,
dream.
Dave, what are you holding up?
You could cover yourself. Can you where's
Hold
the
it to
camera?
the camera there.
I'm just
You
gonna
can
get
cover
the phone,
yourself
Okay.
with one of these.
No, he doesn't
Greg.
need that.
Oh, yeah, no, that'll do. That'll do.
Let's be honest, Greg.
Yeah.
So please give us some money for Comic Relief. We've been on the radio, me and Dave, for 8 hours. Just text Chris to 70011. That's the word Chris to 70011. Play that piano, Greg.
So, there's a load of people that are in their offices at the minute. There's someone just texted in saying that they are pretending that they're on a conference call, but actually listening in.
I like that.
So if you're in an office at the minute and you're just listening to Radio 1 all day because you can't stop listening and you can't stop watching it on the red button, everyone in that office now, please get your phones out together.
Come on.
Phones out.
Yes.
The word Chris in your message box.
Phones out, all out.
Exactly. 70011. Everyone in the office together now. Just do that. If there's 10 of you in the office, 20. If you're in a fraction, there's 100. Please do it now.
You can't get a signal in here.
Even Richard Madeley's going to do
Yeah, but I
it.
can't get a signal.
They're
Oh, my, well, that lets you go. It's only a quid. Things aren't that bad, are they, Richard? He still must have some of that watch money left.
I've got a signal down here.
They're listening, by the way, at EastEnders. I had a text before from Shane Ritchie saying that they're on a break at the moment and they're all listening to
Hiya,
BBC
Shane.
Canteen at L Street.
Hello,
brilliant.
EastEnders.
Hi, EastEnders.
Hey, tell you what,
EastEnders.
Shane could give us £1 of his panto money.
He could do, couldn't he?
Ian Beale, a.k.a. Adam, can dig deep. He's been there for a long time.
Oh,
He's been there from day one, hasn't he?
He's on the big
pretty
bucks, isn't he?
much,
He's on the
yeah.
big bucks.
Right, the word Chris, 70011. Thank you very, very much.
This is BBC Radio 1's longest show ever. With Chris Moyles and Comedy Dave and Greg James for Comic Relief. Hour 9.
And it's 20 to 3.
I know I'm finding it hard to breathe, and I've been drowning in my own.
And stuff. So many people are asking about this stupid shirt I'm wearing.
Oh, yeah, they haven't realised. Oh, you just decided to wear that today?
Yeah.